wow, he never worries. Wow. And yes, he can turn it off quite easily at will. It's like he's the pilot and his mind is the plane.
Okay.
And when he wants to rest, he just separates from the plane and talks to the plane and say, okay, you've been good today. You've been amazing. It's been a fun ride. Now I need to get some rest. And that's it. It's like he separates from his mind when it's time to rest for him.
Ah.
He's showing me how to do this, by the way.
Okay.
It's quite cool. It's always the pilot driving the plane and not the other way around. Relaxing is a big part of it. Having laser focus is a state of being.
Is he showing something now?
Yes, he saw some beings in front of him, and I saw his thought process. It's like he never questions if something is true or not. He never questions if something is a hallucination or a reality or if he's making it up. He just experiences it. And that somehow paves the way for him to have such rich experiences, even though he is, in our definition, very much stuck in a tiny room. He showed me that the mind is very big. It's much bigger. It's much bigger than what we think it is. It's beyond our bodies. But he did say that our body is a tool that we can use to work with the mind, to harness the mind. Not to take it too seriously.
Okay.
Play with it, have fun with it. It is a tool. And just a tool you can master. Master it. He can, read my mind. But he's saying that he doesn't do that much, even though he has that ability. Because most people's minds are not that very interesting, he said. He's really like an all-around person. He can be a doctor. He is like giving me advice about my health and information related to health. It's like he's saying that information is, it's like the whole ether, the whole space is just packed full of information. And you just need to access it. We all have that ability. There's no need to cram information in your brain. It's not stored there anyway. It's really out in the ether. And so there is no need to grasp certain kind of information or try to hang on to an idea or thought. Rather, just uncover the ability that you have, which is to access the information that you need, which is in the ether. And he just told me that it's possible to think and be silent. It is like listening to two people. One person can speak very eloquently with just a few words, but very clear, concise. And another person can be spewing out so many words, yet not really making any sense, scattered all over. And you can choose which kind of person you want to be. He has a lot of thoughts that will be very hard to put into words. He's talking about a higher mind. It's like a universal mind. And if you have a thought, and then just try to sense if you can go higher. Open up. Go bigger. And I asked him if that is the same as when people say think big. And he's like, that is actually quite loaded. That is a big reminder. But most people don't see the meaning behind it. I feel my heart expanding. Wow. He just showed me something. Oh gosh. I'm having an experience of expansion. It's like he showed me how big the mind can be. He actually showed me an image of Megamind, and he said that the mind has been vilified by man. It's like the heart and the soul is seen as good, and the mind is seen as bad. It's like the mind is a villain, but they are actually all connected. And if you connect to the higher mind, which he just showed me how to do, you will feel an expansion in your heart. It is also what you expose yourself to. It's like he's showing me what we are capable of, yet we choose to spend most of our day tinkering with stuff that are very menial, monotonous, rudimentary, barbaric. It's like he's showing me what I spend my time on, which is mostly my work. It's a lot of time in front of the computer. It's tasks that are very small compared to what we are capable of. And yet this is what we choose to spend most of our time on. And so we are not doing much service to our minds. You don't choose to go higher, to go bigger, to expand it, to explore it, to play with it, to find out where it can go. where we can take it. We don't experiment much with it. We just choose to stick to what we are comfortable with, what we are accustomed to, what has become our routine day to day, what is in our comfort zone. We don't choose to go out of that. Mostly because of fear and ignorance. It is what you choose to do with it. You can choose to limit yourself with reading a magazine, staring in front of a screen, or you can choose to do something else. You can engage your mind. There are a million ways. You can talk to it, you can ask it, you can listen to it. I was shown how I have been dealing with my clients, and sometimes I use the metaphor of the mind being like a 2-year-old toddler that's very needy, fighting for attention. And they just showed me that this, how we see the mind, is only the mind that we use or access, which is so tiny compared to what it truly is. And so rather than asking the client's mind to step out of the way, encourage the client to relax and connect with her or his bigger mind, go higher, and just open up, allow, and explore. There is no need to negotiate, argue, command that 2-year-old toddler. You just treat the toddler, see the toddler as your equal. See it grow up into somebody that is very wise and mature, loving, compassionate, all-knowing. And it will take you far and show you many things. It will work with you. Do not fight the mind. Do not lull it. Do not numb it. Do not ignore it. See it for what it is and remember who you are. Indeed, there is no need to control the mind. When you connect with the bigger mind, you will feel and know its power. You will remember who you are. You will not feel separate from it. Oh, wow. He doesn't have any desire to leave that room. He is, oh my gosh, he's a master. He's a master. I didn't see that right away. I thought he was like one of those Mensa geniuses, SETI type. But he is beyond. He is more than that. Oh my gosh. What he has shown me. Oh, wow. That's amazing. That is super, super cool. Amazing. Oh my God.
You know what I see?
What?
You can do this a lot.
Oh my God, George. That experience. Oh my God.
You can hook up with higher mind most anytime you want to.
He showed me how to do it and how, oh my God. Oh my God, George.
You
You know
got
what?
an incredible treasure, and it's very simple.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You know what he did? He connected to me. He connected to me, and because he's connected, then I got connected. And
Uh-huh.
so it's like, boom. It felt like it was going higher and then bigger. You know, it's like there's that verticality, the feeling of going vertical. And
Okay.
And oh my God. And as I was doing that, I could feel my heart expanding. Like, wow, whoa, I'm becoming bigger. Oh my God. I'm beyond the
Uh-huh.
walls of the room.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my gosh. It's like, again, it's the feeling of being connected. That's how I can explain it. It's the feeling of being at complete and total peace and feeling hooked up and connected. Like you don't have any needs or wants or desires. You're just totally at peace. You're just being. And it's like, oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. And it's like he can read minds, but he doesn't do it because
Why bother?
why bother? It's a waste of time for him. It's like he can go explore, you know, like go way out, way out. He can go to galaxies if he wanted to. So, you know, like, money, sex, kittens doesn't, you know, really interest him much anymore. You know, it's like the stuff of most humans' minds is, yeah, not that interesting for him. But what's amazing is that the connection between the mind and the soul, the consciousness, it's like he didn't inspire me as somebody that we would call spiritual. It doesn't feel like he belongs to any religion. And yet, because his mind is so sophisticated and so developed, it's like it's so connected and related to expanding your consciousness, because when your mind is expanded, your consciousness cannot not expand as well. It's just connected, it's just interrelated. And he's a master in that he's mastered the mind. And he knows, he experiences how massive it is. And it's all about connecting with that universal higher mind. And there is no need to, like, we memorize information and stuff. There's no need for that. There's no need.
Yep.
Because everything is out there. It's just uncovering that ability to connect. And I can feel that he's a very open and allowing person. Like, I saw that these beings appeared in front of him and he didn't start questioning what it is. He didn't try to label it. He didn't even try to understand it. He just experienced it. It's like, this is what's in front of me. I'm experiencing it. He's allowing it. And it's not like he's allowing it in his head or mind. He's allowing it in his whole system. You know, he's feeling it. He's absorbing it. He's touching it. And all of these at the same time. And it's like absolutely no iota of resistance. And there is no fear. And there is no fear. Zero fear in it. And it's like when you're so allowing and so open, there's no room for fear. There's no room for fear. It's because you're connected. I don't know which comes first, connecting to the higher mind and becoming like this, or becoming allowing and then you're connected to the higher mind, or maybe both at the same time, because he's like that. It's like, and it is so true that someone can imprison you, but they cannot imprison your thought or mind. So there's just no way, because only you can imprison yourself in that way.
Yep.
You have that choice. It's up to you. Oh my God. Wow. I got more than I asked for, George. I only asked to quiet my mind, and he showed me so many things. He showed me so many tips and tools, and he was showing me, initially he was just showing me tricks like, okay, put your hand here, put your hand on your forehead, put your hand on your crown. And then he was showing me both hands that I can center myself and use my body to connect with my mind, and so to quiet it, and so many other things. And it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And he's showing me like how to access things, even my heart. And it's like when you have your mind developed and hooked up, all of these things you will have answers to, things that are like all what we feel are spiritual or consciousness based, like how to expand your heart, open your heart, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
He showed me these things. And my goodness. And even he said, like, because I was already thinking, how can I remember this? And there's a part of me that's going like, how can I remember all of these things? And he's telling me that you just go higher and it's all there. Don't even try to grasp, because right there, you're already forgetting who you are. You have the ability to remember, become a member of again,
Yeah.
And so just go higher and go bigger. It's in our cells. It's in our DNA. We all have this ability in us. It's time we see the mind for what it truly is. We've been giving it so little credit. We haven't been appreciating it, or even really realizing what it is and what it can do and what it's capable of, and that it is really part of who we are. And that is because we think so little of ourselves as well. And so we think so little of ourselves, and that we think so little of our minds. We think it's only capable of solving crossword puzzles or maybe even creating nuclear bombs, but even that is so little to what it's capable of.
Right.
We haven't used it in a way where it can even expand even more.
Right.
It's like when you have someone that you know and you don't engage them, and so they are not growing and evolving to their full capacity, because you don't treat them as such, as someone who's capable of becoming so big and great, maximizing their potential, because you already limited them with your own limitations.
Right.
Because you think you are limited, you appropriate the same in them. And so when you, as your expression goes, think outside the box, and really think outside the lines and outside the limitations, and just open and allow and just erase the boundaries and just let go. And so that person can feel that you are holding them in a light where they are much, much bigger than who they feel they are. And so you're reminding them of who they are. So when you remember your mind's capability and your capability, you are inspiring others to do the same.
You see what we just accomplished?
Oh my God, George. I'm spinning. It's, oh my gosh. What I experienced is something so huge that, oh my, oh. Oh, I got more than I bargained for.
Yeah,
It's like,
sounds like it.
It's like I wanted to go visit Japan and they took me to Andromeda or somewhere out of this galaxy. It's like, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God. And it's like, oh my God, George. We all have that access. We all have that passport to other galaxies. We do.
Yeah.
And beyond and beyond. We really do, to other universes. Is just that we're not stretching it. We're not, what do we expose ourselves to on a daily basis? Right?
Yeah.
For women, most women are stuck in the kitchen for hours.
Yeah.
So how are we engaging our minds really? Really? So it's there sitting. It's there. It's like what you said. There's a pot of gold underneath you, inside you. There's a treasure that you're sitting on. Do you even open it? Do you even get a glimpse of it? No. It's like you're a beggar sitting on that treasure trove. You're begging for. He showed me an image. Like it's like it's like we're capable of producing pearls, but we're satisfied with just producing pork chops. It's like we're using our mind to tinker on quote unquote problems that we feel are so big. Laundry list, to-do list. That's it. Even the to-do list is already stating. When you make a to-do list, you're making a statement to the universe that you already are very limited because you cannot remember the list, that you have to write it down.
Mm-hmm.
And it's already flawed right off the bat. And it's all this programming of number 1, limitations, number 2, fear, number 3, lack, boundaries, all of these things. And we can break out. We can break through these barriers. And I can see how limited I was thinking. I was just stuck there like, oh, I cannot sleep. I'm having this monkey mind chatter. Okay, let me get some guided meditation, put my earphones on and listen to them. I'm trying to first numb the mind, ignore the mind, lull it to sleep because I don't understand it. I don't see what it is. I don't really see it. My God. My God. My God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh gosh. Oh my God.
How do we take and open this up for everybody?
Exactly. Well, it is there. We all have that ability. They showed that to me very clearly. It's just a matter of what do you choose to experience? Do you choose to stay asleep and use 5% of your mind's capability? Do you want that? Because some people are happy to, you have this expression, ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
And some people are happy with that. They don't want to go beyond, go further.
Because they got fears.
There it is. There it is.
So, how do we take and offer people a little meditation, a little guidance, a little session, get rid of some blocks, whatever, and surprise them with a big treasure like you got?
Oh my God, I'm so excited. There is a way. Yes, there is a way.
And I bet you we do some more of these sessions. You can tell me what I need to do to take and make that happen.
Yes.
Not only for everybody else, but for me too.
Yes. Yes. Oh my God, yes. Yes. Oh my God. Oh my God. My fists are up in the air, George. I'm so, oh my God. It's amazing. It's amazing. Oh my God. This again and again, day in and day out, our sessions are like ask and you shall receive. There's a pattern here. There's a theme.
Yeah, but you got more than you asked for today.
I know. Well, the same with yesterday. I have to say, yesterday I got more than what I didn't expect to get that yesterday. I mean, I just wanted to get the trauma, right? But then I got remembrance, which was like, oh my gosh, oh my god, 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 yeah.
See, I experience these things, and this is bigger than most, okay? But somehow or other, I keep trying to put it down into this tiny little thing called writing, and hoping that somebody might have their eye bounce open briefly.
Yes. It's the same with writing. Everybody has that ability. Words are just words. It's the ability to connect them. And it's really the intention to communicate with others is what's behind it. And it's like documenting a thought process down into paper, into something solid, so that it can be shared.
But even then, it's like one of the things that NLP people say is that the spoken word. Sorry, see, what is it now? The written word contains about 1/10 the energy, 1/10 the knowledge.
Yes.
That the spoken word has. And the spoken word has about 1/10 of the knowledge that
the thought, the intention.
The full thought.
Yes.
And now you getting more than that.
Yes, exactly.
How do we explain that? In that tiny little written word.
Well, what I'm getting is that this written word for NLPers is like abracadabra, right? The power that it has can only work if you're using your tiny mind. And for the majority of the population, that is what they choose to use. That is what they choose to open and access.
Yeah.
If somebody who is using or is connected to the bigger mind, the higher mind, these abracadabras won't work at all.
Yeah.
They are beyond the word because words are very limited and a lot of thoughts cannot be crammed into a few words, as you have seen, and words can easily be misinterpreted. In one language, this word can mean one thing. In another language, it means totally different. And so what you really want is for you to convey the idea and the thoughts and the intention. And maybe sometimes words may not be enough. You all have the power to do mind telepathy.
Mm-hmm.
And some of you do and use that even right now. And so, but it is understandable in the modern world, in your society, that words are what you choose to communicate the majority of the time. But know that that is very, very limited and limiting.
Right. That's why I do the 4-minute miracle first, because I can do that quickly, and it's much bigger than any hours of me talking.
Yes, and it's
that, of
powerful.
Course, that me an hour of talking is bigger than 10 hours of writing.
Yes. In the 4-minute miracle, you're activating many things, not just using words. Mm-hmm. It is really the intention of the person and your intention to assist and help the person and to guide and lead them.
They get an experience. That's a whole different ballgame.
Yes, exactly. And the experience is that whole intention, the power of that combined, and you are tapping the physical part of it is so powerful. It is when you are tapping yourself. Yes, you are awakening a part of you, your cells, your DNA. You are awakening your mind. You are awakening your other selves. Everything that is connected to you that is asleep, you're awakening. And so it is much bigger. So that process
of the words, the intention, and the action. The combination of that is what makes it very powerful.